guys, it's Sarah, and today we are starting our vlog for Ketchupathon. This is a readathon that is hosted by Krista from Books and Jams and Amy from Amy's Bookish Life, and they are doing round 2. This time it is over the summer, and they are doing a build your own ice cream sundae. It's so much fun. I love it. I definitely wanted to participate. So this is a readathon that focuses on catching up on some of your book of the month picks, which I will show you my book of the month shelf in just a second. It's a little overexcited. So we are going to pick our TBR for today. I'm going to try to pick 4 books. It's a 2-week readathon. I think that is realistic / challenging for me. I'm going to pick 4 in the hopes that I can get through all 4 of them. If not, 3 would be great. But I do have other things I'm reading this month, so I have to keep that in mind as well. But I have the prompts here, so we are going to go through them. The big thing is you pick a container. You pick one of the prompts for the container. There's 3 different prompts, so you just pick one. There's an ice cream choice, you pick one, and then everything else is all extra. And you can double up, triple up, however much you want to. I will definitely probably be doubling up on some stuff, except for the container and the ice cream, because those are only a pick one thing. And then there are also like activities, which equals how many scoops of ice cream you get. So it's a lot of fun. I'm gonna start with my container and my ice cream, see how many prompts those 2 books can fill already, and then try to pick 2 more after that. So we're just gonna kind of start there and see what we can do. So let me go show you my shelf real quick. All right, so this is my shelf. It's on my fireplace mantle. So these are a whole bunch, and then there's some over here as well. I do have them a little bit separated, as in these right here are books that came to me in a box when I was working with Book of the Month. They sponsored me for a couple of months in the past year or so. So these are the ones that I got from them, and then these are the ones that I personally paid for with my own account. So it's a lot. I have a lot to choose from here, but we're gonna pick 4. So let's look at our prompts real quick. First prompt for the container. You can choose a cone, which is your oldest Book of the Month book. You can choose a dish, which is a hyped book, or you can choose a waffle bowl, which is the newest, your newest Book of the Month book. If I were ordering, I would be choosing a waffle bowl, because that's where it's at. So newest. My newest books are right there. So we got the Riley Sager and we got the Chloe Gong. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab this bad boy, because this one is the only reason I got the box, because I want a Riley Sager. So this will be number 1. That is gonna fit a few prompts as well, for sure. Okay, ice cream choice. Vanilla is a debut author. Chocolate is a repeat author, and Twist is a new to you author. If I were picking, I would pick vanilla, because I'd have more range of toppings to go on it. I would prefer vanilla over chocolate. So a debut, is that right? Yes, a debut author. I know exactly which one. Okay, for debut, I'm gonna pick Really Good Actually by Monica Hesse. This one is a debut book for her. It's one of my most anticipated books for the year, and I really have been wanting to read it. So I'm gonna drag it out. Really Good Actually by Monica, I think it's Hesse. Hesse? Okay, so that is going to be for my ice cream for vanilla for debut. Yay, I'm so excited for that one. Okay, so those are my 2 that I can only pick 1 prompt for. Everything else is a free-for-all. Okay, so we're gonna pick a couple more. One that I'm thinking about is I would love to do a book that I also have on NetGalley, because I like to read on my Kindle at night and I read NetGalley books. I have a couple of books up here that are also on my NetGalley list. And since I have 2 kind of heavier books here, I think I'm gonna go with a lighter book. So I'm gonna pick Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. So I'm gonna grab that real quick. All right, Love on the Brain. I've been wanting to read the rest of her books, and she has this one plus 2 other ones for me to read. So need to get on it. But I can read this on my Kindle at night, which will be nice. So I'm still reading on the readathon. So when I finish the book that I'm currently reading on there, I'm like 45% through it right now, I will get started on this one. So this will be that. This one is also, is that a light cover? It's like a deep pink. I don't know. But pink is a light color. Would you count that as light? I don't know. It's light and fluffy. I'll say that. So this would count for whipped cream for sure. This will work. And then I do want one more. I just need to think about what I want to do. So let me simmer on it for a second and I'll let you know what I pick. Okay, so I decided to go with my shortest, which is Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I have read her before. I read Mexican Gothic, didn't love it. So we'll see how this one goes. I don't know. This may be one I try to find on audio. I think that would probably be a good idea. So I'm going to see if I can download that here in the next couple days. I'm currently listening to Taylor Jenkins Reid. So when I finish that one, I could jump on this one. So I think I'm going to try to go that route. I just need to see if I can find it. So I'm going to go with that. This will be Sprinkles if I can get it. And I do not have a cherry on top, which is okay. If I got a cherry on my ice cream, I would give it to my daughter, Kaylin, anyway. So we have, for my TBR, The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I'm very excited. We have Really Good Actually by Monica Hesse. We have Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood that I will read on my Kindle. And Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. So these are going to be my 4. I'm going to really try and try to do this one on audio and really hope that I can get through all 4 of these. That would be fantastic in the next 2 weeks. But I will let you know as I'm reading along the way how it goes and what I'm thinking of the books and all that good stuff. Hey guys, okay, I'm getting started on reading. I'm going to start with Love on the Brain. And I'm starting with this one because I am ready to read another book on my Kindle. And I'm going to read this one on my Kindle because I do have it from NetGalley as well as Book of the Month. So 2 options for reading for me for this one. So I figured I would go ahead and just make this my next NetGalley book, and I'm going to read it at night on my Kindle for the duration of this readathon. So this is getting started tonight. I will get started on it. So this is Ali Hazelwood's second book. She has a couple out now, 3 big ones, and then she has a book of novellas as well that I also have from NetGalley. So I definitely want to read this one because I want to see what I think about Ali Hazelwood as an author totally. I did read her first book and I really enjoyed it when I read it. Upon further distance, I probably would lower my rating by a star. I think I gave it 5 stars when I read it. I think I would probably lower it to a 4. So we're going to see how this one goes, her sophomore one, and see what we think. So this will be book number 1. Hey guys, okay, update. I'm 40-something% into this book here, but I've had to switch to the audio. I was reading it on my Kindle. I got about 20, almost 20% in on my Kindle, but it took me a couple of days. And I wasn't really enjoying it. I don't know what it is. Well, one thing is I don't love the main female character. I don't love her. She is a neuroscientist, so extremely intelligent. But she's acting very ditzy, for lack of a better term. She's just aloof to everything else. And I'm like, but you're really super smart, like common sense smart. And you're not using common sense in a lot of things that don't have to do with science. So I'm not really connecting to her with that. I'm just like, I don't know. It's very predictable. I can see exactly where it's going. And I don't know. I was trying to decide if I was going to keep going with this, to be honest. I'm just not connecting to it at all. But I decided to switch to the audiobook, and once I did that, I started enjoying it more, and I was like, okay, I can stick with it. So now I'm 40-something% in. So it's going better, but still not fantastic either, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not really connecting with this one at all. And I think it's just because I don't really enjoy the main character. And there is a lot a lot of commentary on a certain type of male being just bad all around, regardless of, before you even meet them, you're just assuming the worst about them because they are white cisgendered men. I'll say that. There's a lot of that in here, and it's getting pretty old just because it's so much. It's so much. So I'm not loving that. I'm kind of like, okay, we get it, move on. Some of the writing is also a little bit repetitive as far as lines that she says in here. It's just like over and over, and I'm like, okay, we get it. So I don't know. I'm kind of bordering on, I want to see where the story goes, even though I feel like I already know, versus I really don't like this main character. She's getting on my nerves, that type of thing. So I guess we'll see. I'm going to stick with it though. The audio is much better, and I'm thinking that I can get through it quickly as far as, you know, listening to the audiobook regardless. So I'm going to finish it. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not expecting this one to be great. Hey guys. Okay. Update. I finished Love on the Brain, and I didn't like it. I really didn't. Everything that I was saying before kind of held true as far as predictable, and I did not like B as a main character at all. I struggled with her the entire time, and I feel like that was kind of the same with The Love Hypothesis when I read it. And I think part of it is I just don't like her characters. I don't like the way she writes them. They're just over the top, and I don't know. And then there are a couple of spicy scenes in this one, which I was expecting, and I did not like them. They felt awkward and I was cringing a little bit, and it was the same with Love Hypothesis. So I don't think this author's writing works for me. And I feel like that's just kind of the conclusion that I've come to with this. So I don't know. This didn't work on me on many different levels, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything, but I've kind of made the decision now. I don't think I'm going to read Ali Hazelwood going forward. So I'm good. So I give this one 2 stars. So, but I read it. Okay. And now that I have that one finished on audio, I'm going to start my next audiobook, which is Velvet Was the Night by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is my shortest one. It comes in at under 300 pages, and I already have the audio downloaded, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on this today and see how this one goes. I would like to finish this before the weekend because we have our reading retreat this weekend. So I'll be physically reading, and that's when I'm going to work on the physical book that I'm going to be reading for this one. So I'll talk about that one after I finish this. But yeah, so I am going to go ahead and get started on this today and see how this goes. I think it should be a pretty quick one for me to get through. So I'm thinking like a couple sittings, I should be able to read through this one. This one is set in Mexico in the 70s, and I believe it follows a crime ring, like a crime organization in Mexico, and then a woman who accidentally gets in the middle of things. So we'll see how this goes. I'm a little nervous about this one too because I did not love a book I read by her before, Mexican Gothic. I didn't love that one. So we'll see how this one goes, but it's different for sure from what I'm understanding. I think this one's going to be much different than that, but I will let you know. Hey guys. Okay. I finished this yesterday. It was okay. It was very, very quick. I listened to it in like 2 sittings. I just sat and worked on a puzzle and listened for a while. I will say I liked it better than I liked Mexican Gothic, but it was still just fine. I felt like I was just there listening to this book, listening to the story, and it was all right. I liked that it was based on some things that happened in history in Mexico, so that was good. But I felt like I was just kind of there and just listening to the story, and that was it. I wasn't really engaged. I didn't like any of the characters. Again, like I'm struggling with characters right now, guys. It was fine. I'm giving it 3 stars. I'm not going to hang on to it. I don't think I'm going to read any more from this author either. Like, I'm okay. I don't really think my personal reading is taking, is going to miss anything if I don't read this author. So I think I'm good to go. But I did read it. Done. 3 stars. Okay, so moving on. All right, I am ready to start my audiobook, which is going to be really good, actually, by Monica Hesse. I was trying to decide if I was going to read this or listen to it, but then when I saw that Julia Whelan is the narrator, it was a no-brainer for me. I'm going to listen to it because she's my favorite. So I am going to go ahead and get started on this. I definitely listen in the car when I'm driving to and from work. I listen when I'm running errands, if I'm by myself, and just around the house, like when I'm cooking dinner or doing laundry and stuff like that. That's when I'm listening to audiobooks. So that is how I will consume this one here. But this is on my most anticipated of the year list, and it's a debut novel, so I'm excited to see what this is going to be all about. But I love this cover. It's fantastic. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I will let you know my thoughts. Okay. Update. I'm DNFing this. I'm exactly halfway through. And I can't stand it. Oh gosh, this one hurts. It is about a woman who is mourning the loss of her marriage. Got it. But it's mostly, it's not really stream of consciousness, but it's all in her head. Almost all of this is in her head. And so it's so much inner dialogue and what she's thinking, what she's doing, what she's Googling, her being on dating apps, and exploring her sexuality. And it's just crude in a lot of places where it just doesn't seem like that's necessary. It's raunchy in a bad way. I don't know how else to describe it without giving you details, and I just don't want to do it. I don't know, man. It's not at all what I was expecting it to be, and I don't like the way that it's written. So I got halfway through. Even Julia Whelan reading it to me did not help. I can't keep going. I do not like it. I'm not enjoying my time with it at all. So which makes me really sad. But that's what it is. So I have read half of it. I'm counting it. So this is my vanilla. So I'm going to count. I'm still counting it. I'm still getting my ice cream, you guys. I cleared it with Krista. It's fine. But I feel like I read half of it. I put the work in. It's just not for me. And that's not my fault. So yeah. Okay. So I'm putting this one down and we're going to move on. Okay. I am ready to start The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I want to read all of this man's works. Yes, please. So I'm very excited about this one because of the ones I still need to read of his, this is the one I'm most excited about because this is kind of Lizzie and Borden inspired, and I'm a sucker for anything Lizzie Borden inspired. So I'm very excited about this, and I have heard really good things, which I'm very excited about as well. It's getting good reviews. So we are going to read this one. I'm reading it physically, and we are going to go ahead and get started now. Hey guys. All right, final update. Here's the thing. I am not done reading for Ketchupathon because I'm on my last book. I'm not done with it yet. I'm almost halfway through. It's just going to take me a bit because of time. So we are already almost a week past when Ketchupathon ended. So I just need to go ahead and end the vlog because I don't want to post this like a month afterwards. That's silly. So I am going to go ahead and wrap it up. And I'm going to include my current read as done because I am continuing to read it. So I will finish it. I would like to finish it before the end of July. That's the hope. I'm just not done with it yet. And I don't foresee myself being done with it for quite a few days still, just because of time constraints. But here is my Sunday for Ketchupathon. So starting with The Container, which is my current read still. I am not quite done with it, but The Only One Left by Riley Sager is my newest read. So this is for my waffle cone, which is what I would choose if I was choosing a Sunday. And as you can see, I'm almost halfway through, but really, really enjoying it. Very, very much enjoying this book. Very happy about that. So this is the one that I will just continue reading, and you'll see it in my wrap up. Okay, so my ice cream was Vanilla, which was a debut author. And for that one, I read half of, really good actually, by Monica Hesse. I didn't finish this one because I didn't like it. Not even a little bit, but I read half of it, so I'm counting it. So Vanilla and a DNF, which just really made me sad because it was one of my most anticipated books of the year. Not so much. Okay, A Sauce. So for this one, I'm going to count Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood because it's a light cover. This does have a light pink cover, which is majority, so I'm going to go ahead and count this one for that. And caramel is 100% what I would get on my Sunday if I got one. And this one was not good. I did not like this one. I listened to it on audio. The audio was fine, but I did not like these characters. I liked Levi, the male. I did not like B, the female character. I did not like her at all. I don't think I like Allie Hazelwood's characters. I had problems. I don't like her female characters. Her male characters I think are fine. I liked the male character in The Love Hypothesis. Didn't love the female. I loved Levi. Didn't love her. So for some reason, I don't like the way she writes women, which is very interesting. I'm going to break up with Allie Hazelwood. I'm not going to read any more of her books because I kind of just don't care. So 2 stars. And then, so this is a light cover. And then it also, I can count this for light and fluffy. So whipped cream. I would get whipped cream. Sure, why not? Okay. And then for toppings, my shortest book, which was this one, is for sprinkles. So I get some sprinkles on there too. This is Velvet Was the Night by Silva Moreno Garcia. Didn't love this one either. It was a 3-star. It was fine. I liked it better than Mexican Gothic, but not much better. I wasn't really interested in the story, to be honest. It was just kind of there. It was fine. I didn't really feel any which way about it, so I gave it a 3. It was all right. Don't think I'm going to read more of this from this author either. So we have 3 books that I either DNF'd or just didn't really enjoy, but they're off my TBR now, so done. And then my 4th book that I haven't finished yet, but I'm loving. So this is definitely the winner here as far as what I read. And then for the size of my Sunday, that depends on how many activities you do. So 1 activity is 1 scoop, 2 is 2, 3 is 3. So I reviewed a book on the Book of the Month website. I definitely did that. I did that for all 3 of these that I finished. Read with a summer treat. I definitely had a cold beer at some point. Do try a chapter. I did not do that. Participate in reading sprints. I did do those. And then feature a book of the month on Instagram. So I did 4 of the activities. So I get a large. Sunday, I get 3 scoops. So I get 3 scoops in a waffle bowl with vanilla ice cream, with caramel, sprinkles, and whipped cream. That is 100% something that I would order. All right, that was fun. So that's my Ketchupathon results and what my Sunday is. And I will just continue with the Riley Sager and let you know in my wrap up what I end up thinking of the book. But almost halfway through, I'm 100% loving it. So very happy. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.